Hey everyone, and we are going to take a ride with Dennis Stormer and Moa Nilsson. Did I do that well?
Very
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And they're here in Oldenburg with full of fire, and we're very happy to have them. Guys, especially in these COVID times where we're quarantined and isolated and unable to travel places, you managed to take us on a cinematic journey all over the place. So thanks for that. And can you tell us a bit about the big road trip you had?
Yeah. It was kind of unplanned, partly planned, but mostly we were trying to be as free as the main character wants to be. And also, the whole topic is about feeling free, and therefore we thought, as the main character would do, just hitchhike wherever people would take her, and then show her music to them and get to meet people. And that's basically what we did.
And how did you come to the idea? I mean, so you just basically hitchhiked and blended fiction and reality, and how did you come to the decision to make such a leap into an adventure?
We've been casting, we've been producing it big, we have been thinking of doing it like proper, and we always got back to the place that we understood it's not gonna be representative for what we want to tell. It will not be authentic, and it will not feel free, it will not feel vivid. And therefore we thought, okay, we just gotta do it like this, it's the only way.
Yeah, it's the best way to tell the story, basically.
The very first shootings, we were, of course, like the first things we tested out, we had very little equipment and very small, I think I did everything. And then we had actors, and there certain situations happened that had this kind of liveness, and we were always thinking back of that first shoot, and then Daniel, actually the sound guy, was pretty much the initiator, who said, you know what, we should do it like that. And also Jan, who was a long time the DP of this, was like, but if we blow it up like this, the stuff you did by yourself with Moa and the other actors was already working much better and much more giving a story. Eventually it was really sad that I didn't have him with us, but we were, how many people can you bring in a car? on hitchhiking?
That's true. And I mean, it's also like an adventure of solitude as well, you know, so it perhaps wouldn't work with a lot of people on board as well. That's what makes it very intimate, I guess. I mean, because that's what you achieved, so maybe it comes from there. But we're curious to know, like, what was your experience getting into it, because it's a very personal story. How much did you put yourself into the character? I know you put in your music, so I guess a large part of you went into creating the character and discovering the film with her.
Definitely, and I mean, I must say, I did all this preparation, and we did a lot of preparation before, but it was the first time we jumped into a car, it was like, okay, this is not what I thought. And it came with so much more other challenges than I was prepared on. And I think you cannot prepare enough so you feel safe in the situation. But the question how much Moa is also me, I think it's a lot. I took a lot from myself.
Even stories that you have experiences that were going. We had kind of a pool of a script of scenes, and you brought so many scenes into it that you had, and that we kind of could, like, we had some kind of, this character is made by my experiences, by your experience, by people we research experiences, but you brought even these things in there.
Yeah, and I mean the character from the beginning, I would say it's not something that I 100% can relate to, because that's your character. But of course you were very open for me to add things and to like shape her as I wanted, which was extremely fun, but also comes with challenge, because when you're on this travel and it's not a normal film set, you're actually living the film. There is a challenge to remember who I am and
what is what.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think what makes the movie so great and appealing, especially to young generations, because it almost feels like it is a movie for us. And I'm saying us because I'm also part of a young generation. Like, and I think we talked before today a bit about it. We had Into the Wild, and it's made by an old guy, and this is a young a movie from young people for young people that explores problems that new generations are facing. How much did you have that in mind when you were telling this story, to present the scope of the issues of the new generation?
Super much. I think that's what it's all about. We had one small funding station, and it's like a really intimate thing, and the guy said in the first thing he was saying was like, this is a very unconventional movie, but finally something to describe her generation.
Yeah.
And that's really what I wanted to do. I want to make films for young people. I know it's the most difficult audience to target, but that's eventually why I make films, because when I was 15 or 12, or in that times, films mattered to me, and I grew from them, and I was like, they changed my my kind of behavior and thinking in a way. So, and that's what I want to give that back. I want to distill my thoughts and say like, hey,
and that's great, because it feels like it's much needed for younger people when you have so many pressures, as I mean, your character experiences as well, like the pressure to be a mother, to succeed, to climb, build a career, and it's almost like an open call for young people to jump out of the pressures and find their wild and freedom, you know.
Please.
So what do you want to, in the end, what do you want to tell all the young people watching your film?
I have a feeling that young people get a little, you say this always, that young people get a little bit more settled. And just do it, just get out there, just
be crazy.
Yeah, just be free. I mean, nothing, not so much bad things can happen actually, and all will make experience. And if you just go into boxes that are already lived, they were lived from another generation that is not fitting for us or for you, the even younger ones. And I think you have to make up your own, you have to paint your own world, and you have to discover it for that sake first.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Moa Nilsson and Dennis Stormer with us, telling everyone to be wild, be brave, and to find your fire. So stay wild, and goodbye.